Obesity is not a very brought up topic today in America anymore, but yet it is really popular and important. The reason why I found that obesity might not be as popular to talk about is because more people are actually becoming obese in America. 30% of Americans today are considered to be obese. That means 30% of everyone that you see in the country is at a certain weight where they're considered obese, but it's just hard to accept that and just accept it. And there's been a 100% increase from 25 years ago, and every single year, if you look at charts, you can see that every single year the percentage of how many people are becoming obese is rising. The estimated annual medical cost in the U.S. for obesity is $147 billion in just 2008, which means it's rising, which means it's more and more every single year. What that $147 billion covers is medical bills for when that person is having a heart problem, or they're throwing up, or they've passed out, and all of that just comes from someone being overweight, and they could change that about themselves. It is more common in the South for people to be obese, actually. If you look at a chart, it is crazy the difference between the people up north and the people down south. And I would like to blame that probably on fried chicken and mashed potatoes, because we love fried chicken and mashed potatoes. And there's actually more people on welfare in the South, so that's another reason. And not welfare, like food stamps and everything. This is a chart about boys and girls obesity, and at the bottom you can see it. It shows the different ethnicities of the people. I think this chart was based in 2008, and actually women are more obese now than guys are, but non-Hispanics are around 15% for boys. Non-Hispanic blacks are at 17%. Mexican Americans are at 21%, and other ethnicities are at 19% for boys. For girls, there are 12% for non-Hispanic whites. They're at 21% for non-Hispanic blacks, and at 18% for Mexicans, and 15% for other ethnicities for women. And today, in 2014, non-Hispanic whites are actually at the top. It's at like 55%, and the majority of is women. Fast food in America. Obesity, to me, begins at places like fast food restaurants. One, they are easy and accessible. There are 160,000 fast food restaurants in America. 160,000. Think about how much money and how many people go to these fast food restaurants daily. One, two, it is cheap. There is $50 million spent at fast food restaurants every single day. $50 million on junk, basically. Three, it tastes good to kids. If you're a parent and you're driving down the road, or you're on vacation, or if you have a very busy schedule, fast food places are the #1 places that people go. There's not a lot of people who make snacks at home and prepare them for the car rides. They just want to go to the easiest, quickest place and get the food item that the kid's not going to cry or complain about. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we wouldn't know that because we're not parents yet. But #4, the majority of places do not show the calorie intake. So when people are going to these fast food restaurants, they could be thinking, well, I'm just having a burger. It's fine. Around 40% of the daily calorie and fat intake is taken in on one meal at a fast food restaurant. That's almost half of what you should be eating daily for one hamburger and fries for lunch. So that leaves however much more meals you're going to have to finish up that percentage. Processed foods in America. Foods that have been canned, frozen, or bagged are considered to be processed foods. How many of y'all have ever been at a grocery store? As you can see, The majority of foods are frozen, canned, bagged, and people just get them because they're cheaper. If you've ever been grocery shopping for a parent before or for yourself, if you want to go get some fruits, vegetables, and maybe Greek yogurt, it's going to be a lot more expensive if you just want to run in and get a bag of chips, maybe some hot dogs, and a pack of Coke. It's going to be a lot more. It's going to be a lot cheaper, and all those things are bagged, frozen, or canned. 90% of Americans' food budget is spent on processed foods, which means 10% of people's grocery lists are for other things as fruit, vegetables, even milk, dairy, all meats, all of that, and then 90% is processed foods. Processed foods contain trans fats, and if you don't know what trans fat is, it's an increase in LDL, which is high cholesterol, and high cholesterol is you can get heart problems from that, and that's one of the reasons why people are having to be sent to the hospitals where we're paying money for them to be healed. Lower and higher income. A lot of people would say that lower income countries would be the countries that are more obese, and lower income countries are actually not obese. America is definitely the #1 country with the most obese citizens in their country, and it's because we have higher income. But it's the lower income in America that is more obese because they're living off of government checks, and so the amount of money they are getting isn't sufficient enough to buy healthier foods. Lower income cannot afford fresh produce, obviously. And normally where they're living has a lot to do with the options they have to shop for groceries. A lot of people who don't make that much money can't live in certain places that are going to have fresh produce and places that sell nice fruits and vegetables and lean meats. This is a chart that shows how the lower and higher income and lower income countries. The way it works is like the above 0.2 is like 100%, and like below is like almost like starving. And so lower income countries are at the starting level. Lower middle income countries are right in the average. And upper middle income countries are extremely high, and some are almost at 100%. What can the government do? One of the things the government can do is on food stamps to put healthier options. If they had healthier options, maybe they would actually want to buy those things for them, not just for them, but for their children. It should have mandatory fast food restaurants put the calorie intake on the menu. In California, it is illegal for that not to happen. And California is one of the most they're one of the least obese states in our country. If we had the calories on the menus, then maybe people would rethink twice about getting a large fry over a chicken wrap when they're almost the exact same cost. Fast food should also add healthier options. They are starting to at places like Chick-fil-A and Zaxby's and Wendy's. They have salads, but some people don't like salads, so they should have more options for grilled chicken and like have fruit bags and vegetable bags. Change the way healthy food is presented to kids. Kids today are becoming just as obese or more obese than adults are. Yale University did a test that actually showed that if you put a child's favorite cartoon character or favorite superhero on the food item that you're presenting it, they're going to like it more. They did a test with 3 different food items, one healthy, one kind of healthy, and one like ice cream or chips or something. But they put the child's favorite cartoon character on it, and they automatically liked the one with that on it. And the girls automatically like the ones with their favorite colors on it. So that is one way parents can present healthier foods to their kids. And implement strong nutrition standards for fruits and beverages available at after-school events. If the government is in charge of it, the place that a child is at or an adult is at, then they can help prevent obesity because they can be serving healthier foods, like at after-school care or child care. I know a lot of public schools have that for the majority of kids. Instead of serving cookies and grape juice, they can be serving carrots and water or fruits and vegetables, and that itself would help a lot. And it would be giving people who don't come from middle-income families a chance to eat those foods. And maintain nice parks, playgrounds, and sidewalks because they will attract people. If a child sees a nice playground that's not run down, they're going to want to play at it, and they're going to get exercise. If we maintain good parks with sidewalks and keep them safe and clean, then people are going to want to walk around them, and that itself is going to help. Why our government should take action. One, it makes America look lazy. For obesity to be considered a disease today, it makes other countries look at us like, ooh, they must be really lazy. They must not make their people do anything. And we don't want to have that reputation as a country. Two, it is not everyone's choice to eat unhealthy. A lot of people who are in lower income groups don't want to eat that bad. They just don't have any other option because it's either pay the bills or eat healthier. And when you have children, there's not really an option there. And it's costing other citizens more money. We are paying those bills that people who have obesity and are going to doctors to get cures or medicine for it, we are paying those. And so if we don't step in and try to make a change, things are just going to get worse. We are going up increasingly. Just over the past 25 years, we've increased 100%. 30% of Americans are obese. In 25 years, it could be 40. In 50 years, it could be 50%. And so it's time for us to make a change, and start giving healthier options for kids and families, cut back on fast food, make grocery shopping choices cheaper and healthier, and you might be able to make a change.